Convict settlement. What is it and where did it happen? Convict settlement happened in Australia between 1788 and around 1851 when the gold rush started. Convict settlement happened everywhere in the world, and before they were sending convicts to Australia, they were actually transporting them over to America. Now, convicts were people who were caught stealing, pickpocketing, doing all sorts of crimes, but even children who were orphans were classified as convicts and were being sent over to places such as America and Australia. Now, convicts weren't just just English people, but they were also European. So they were French, they were Irish, and they were anyone within the European continent. Now, after a convict had served their time in Australia, they were eligible to become a free settler. And a free settler is someone who has laboured and worked and earned enough money and the right to buy their own land and even have a convict work for them. Now, a free settler also has the opportunity to go back to England or wherever they had come from, had they wished to do so. But however, most did not have the funds to return to England, so instead they bought a piece of land which was fairly reasonably sized, and they would live in Australia until the end of their natural life. Now, a really good book that looks at convict settlement and someone's family within the very beginning of Australian, in the very beginning of Australian settlement is The Secret River by Kate Grenville. It looks at William Thornhill and his trip to Australia, where he was pardoned, and he was sent to Australia to serve the rest of his natural life with his wife and his young son. Here they develop a life in Australia. They go through the convict settlement period, and then you also look at how he deals with being a free settler in Australia and what it's like having to build from scratch again. Didn't just happen in Australia. However, we are very lucky to have a nation such as great as Australia.